I competed in my first ever jiu-jitsu competition, and this is how it went. I entered the blue belt middleweight category, needing to win 4 matches to take that coveted gold medal. With a total mat time of just over a year, I didn't really feel ready to compete at blue belt, but with a bit of persuasion from my coach, I decided to just give it a crack and see how it goes. Before my first match, I checked out my opponent on the bracket, and he has 24 wins, 18 by submission, and I have 0. Safe to say I was quite nervous, and honestly I didn't even expect to win 1 match, but just to give it my best shot. It currently looks like this outside in the UK right now. That's why I'm dressed in this warm wintry attire. Match number 1. We start out with a bit of a hand fight, and he pulls guard and launches himself at me, so I hit the eject button to get myself out of danger. Here I step my right leg to the inside and I'm looking for a far side underhook, but he's staying very tight with his elbows to his side, so I can't get it. Opting to attack his leg instead, I reach back and overhook his foot and sit back for a straight ankle lock. But my foot is past his hip, so his hips are not controlled and it's not strong enough to get the finish. I decide to abandon that submission attempt, and he comes up, so I invert underneath him and we end up in a bit of a scramble, and I manage to grab this 100% half Nelson type grip on his shoulder and sit back to throw up a reverse triangle, but only his head is inside, so I'm thinking, oh no, this brother's head is gonna pop out any second. But somehow his head stays trapped in the triangle, and I switch to an Americana grip on his arm and crank it slowly and safely to get the tap. I am buzzing. What a cool ass feeling. Match number 2. I pull guard looking to connect a shin on shin, but leave myself open to a body lock. I'm keeping my butterfly hooks tight to my opponent so he can't pass my guard. I start panicking, which is my major downfall, and let him pass so I can go for a buggy choke. I've never rolled conscious of points before, so this was a big learning experience for me. My opponent does a great job of staying tight and passes to mount, getting 4 points. I hit a kipping escape to single leg X. But I get stopped by the ref for almost reaping his knee. Whoops. I manage to grab a Kimura and sweep my opponent over, but my leg gets stuck behind his. So in the scramble, I throw up an armbar, but he pulls out to escape. He disengages and drops down to half guard. I look to wrestle up, but my opponent grabs my head and pulls me into his close guard. I get stuck in his close guard and end up there for the rest of the match. A frustrating loss, but it is what it is. Now I get to fight for bronze. Match number 3. We start out with a usual hand fight. I hit an arm drag to look for his back, and we end up in this over-under position. I circle round to attempt to throw, but his weight is too far back, so I fall back into butterfly guard. The mistakes I've made in my matches so far are so slight and simple, but can make the difference between winning and losing. Thankfully, they are all mistakes I can quickly fix and address in my future training. I tried to elevate him here to get under his hips, but no luck. I managed to connect a Kimura grip, and I'm looking to sweep my opponent, but make the mistake of not having any frames in front of him with my legs. So he goes for this quick armbar, and this happens. That was painful, he almost broke my arm. However, I don't feel too bad for losing to this guy because he got his purple belt about a week after the competition. So there you have it, my first ever jiu-jitsu tournament. 1 win and 2 losses. It is what it is, it's okay. I feel like I'll do better on my next competition, whenever that may be, probably next year I'll compete. But all in all, it was a fun experience and I was happy with the day. I'm gonna make a little highlight edit of my first submission, so enjoy that now. Watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you did and like the video. And yeah, peace.